Welcome, marketing chefs. I've got something truly special cooking in the Omni-Channel oven today. Dun, 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 dun. It's a Lego set, the X-Wing Starfighter Trench Run. Up next in the Marketing Kitchen. Welcome to the kitchen, the Marketing Kitchen. Hi, I'm Ron Vining, your host of MarketingKitchenTV. I wonder what's cooking in our Omni-Channel oven today. You want to find out? Let's see. It's a Lego set, and it's in my home. There's a 99% chance that it's going to be Lego Star Wars. The X-Wing Starfighter Trench Run. New 2019 4+ sets. They're range designed to introduce children to the Star Wars theme at lower price point, an easier build because there are fewer bricks, larger parts, a compelling set. Quite cool. Now I'm very excited about this set for several reasons. One, of course, is being +4. You know, it's easy for me to build. The other, I've heard this Stormtrooper may be a very rare trooper in the near future. And the reason why is in 2019, we received a new helmet mold for the Stormtrooper. It had black printing on the back. So I bought the set in January when it came out. In the second run, I've been told that the printing in the back will not be black, it'll actually be gray. And I've seen pictures on Instagram. We'll be able to confirm that later, but I'm hoping that this is the one with the black helmet inside. So why don't we take a look and find out. Also too, I just want to say it's a compelling set because of the subject matter. We have an X-Wing, it's about the Death Star. We don't get many Death Star sets. This year we do have 2, which is cool. It's quite rare that one of the most iconic places is represented, I guess because Lego has represented it in one of their largest sets, and they've released it twice, which is the Death Star set, which is cool. I happen to have this, it's one of my favorite. And I've actually built a Super Death Star, and we'll do a video on that in the future. I've combined 2 of the Lego Death Stars with countless amounts of bricks. You'll have to see that. It's on my Instagram page if you scroll through it. I encourage you to watch that future video that we'll produce. Let's get back to this set, and I'm excited to open it up. Like all current Lego sets, it includes the instruction booklet. This year in 2019 feature this QR code at the bottom. The QR code, when paired with the Lego Life app, will allow you to add this set to your profile. And by doing so, you will download the instructions. This is clever for several reasons. 1, it adds engagement on a digital platform. 2, from a CRM perspective, it will enable Lego to track what sets you purchase outside of their Shop at Home platform versus what you do with that Shop at Home, which is their e-commerce platform via your VIP card. What it will do as well too is potentially save them money in the future, because I'm guessing that within a year or 2, Lego will do away with the physical instruction booklets altogether. That's my guess. They will move it to a purely digital platform. That will save them money and help them for CSR, corporate social responsibility, by saying that they're helping the environment by reducing paper waste. That would be my guess looking to the future. It's compelling for the consumer, unless of course you would like collecting these booklets. I have to be honest with you myself, prior to the Lego Life app, I was downloading the instructions from the official Lego website anyway, and just taking the books. I keep them all together in one location, but I never return back to them. I think this is a quite compelling trend that Lego's moving forward to. Now, if only Lego would pass the savings on to us, that would be truly appreciated. I'm guessing that they will pass those savings on to their corporate coffers. What can you do? I guess they've got to pay Disney their royalty. Maybe that's actually where it's going to go. Let's take a look and see what's inside. As I mentioned to you, these sets contain larger bricks. And I believe that this is a unique brick. I can't confirm that, but it's quite large, quite cool. You could actually, for other things, you could build a cruise ship with this. Imagine if you had 2 of these. You could build a battleship or something. Cool slope for the main fuselage of the ship. And we have 1 bag. That's actually bag number 2, bag number 3, bag number 1. And another large brick, almost like a base plate. In fact, I think I saw this one in the juniors sets last year. The 4 Plus range has replaced what were called Lego Juniors last year. And last summer, they came out with Incredibles sets for the Incredibles sequel. They had this base plate in it, I believe. I just want to point out too, what is cool about this set before we get into the bags is the fact that it contains Luke Skywalker. With an interesting note, last year's X-Wing in 2018 came with Luke Skywalker with a very different helmet mold, as you can see here. This one is returning to the classic mold, but with a new print on it. Makes a lot of Lego fans speculate and wonder whether last year's Lego X-Wing from 2018 will have those 2 exclusive helmets with Luke and Biggs, or if it's just the first run of sets this year that will go back to the classic. The feedback was quite negative from the fans on the new helmet mold for the X-Wing pilots. Perhaps Lego's going back to the drawing board, or they just decided to scrap that idea altogether. Perhaps even they were too expensive to make. Not really sure. This is a big year for Lego in 2019 because they're changing the helmet molds for a number of figures. If you've seen any leaks online, they've not only changed the helmets for the Stormtrooper, they've also changed the helmet for the Snowtrooper and for the Scout Trooper. That's quite big. We haven't seen changes in trooper helmets for a number of years. With the Clone Wars coming out, with Episode 9 coming out as well too, it'll be interesting to see if any of the molds of the First Order troopers from the sequel trilogy have changed, and it will be more interesting to see if any more helmets from the prequel trilogy or the original trilogy change as well too. This set also too, I just want to point out, has a firing mechanism in this gun turret. When we get to the build, I'll show you that. Let's take a look at the bags, see what's inside. You know that it's been killing me because I just want to get to this bag and I want to find out what the Trooper helmet mold looks like to see if it's the gray or if it's the black. Oh. Here's bag 1. I just did a sneak peek. This amazing, beautiful dual helmet mold. Before I open it up, I just want to show it to you. So everybody out there, this is the black one. Wave 2, as I told you I've seen online, it's not printed in black now, it'll be printed in gray. So as soon as you see this video, rush out and either pick up this set or pick up this set, because they'll be the only ones that will contain this print once store shelves begin to get restocked with the mid-cycle manufacturing. In bag number 1, we have R2-D2 and we have the Stormtrooper, and it looks like the construction surrounds building actual Death Star trench and with the gun turret, or I believe it was called turbo laser in cannon. And bag number 2, we have Luke Skywalker and a new helmet print, I believe, with an interesting canopy piece. We begin to actually build the X-Wing. It appears that bag number 3 contains all of the parts to make the X-Wings for the X-Wing Starfighter. Before I open up all of the bags, I just noticed here, these are printed parts. Luke Skywalker flew Red 5, if you're familiar, if you're a Star Wars fan, and you track the different X-Wings, but in the original trilogy, Star Wars A New Hope, Episode 4, Luke flew Red 5, the Red Squadron. You see that they're printed here are these tiles that will go on each of the wings, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Red 5. What bothers me and other Lego Star Wars fans or collectors, this 20-something or 40-something, depending upon which market you live in, you're getting a printed Red 5 striped piece. However, if you bought the X-Wing Starfighter from 2018 and you paid anywhere from $79 to $100 plus, you had to put stickers on your piece. I don't understand Lego. I get that this is because this is a junior set or a 4 plus set, that they're using printed parts as opposed to stickers. But can't we get printed parts in expensive sets? Like, for example, why did the UCS Millennium Falcon, right? There's my baby right here. Why did I have to put stickers on that? Or why did I have to put stickers, not just me, other fans have to put stickers on the Lego Death Star? It just kind of, I don't know, I just scratched my head about that. And it must cost Lego more or less money, I'm not sure. I know that a lot of people end up writing into Lego requesting replacement stickers, and that costs Lego money. Oh well. Going back to printed parts, You see that there's some more printed bricks in this set as well too, making these exclusive. Don't get me wrong, Lego, if you're watching or if you're anyone else tuning out there. I'm not complaining about receiving printed bricks. I love the idea of getting printed bricks. I want to see more of them. What I'm bemoaning are stickers. Having built just 5 sets this year, this is the first that I've used the LEGO Lifestyle app with. And I must say, it was a quite enjoyable experience. There's 2 different ways to build, either by utilizing the PDF version of the instruction booklet, or by using the creative building feature with the live animation. And I've got to say that was a lot of fun. This 4+ range build was quite simple. It was enjoyable. And I can certainly see this range taking off with both children, who they are designed for, as well as AFOLs like myself. The X-Wing is quite fun. Again, I compare this to the Microfighters range. I've got to say that I prefer the detail of this X-Wing better than a Microfighter, though I mean, I understand the limitation with the canopy or the cockpit, if you will. At least you can fit a minifigure in here, unlike a Microfighter. I guess if you're a fan of a Microfighter and as an adult, then you shouldn't have a problem with this build as well too. I really like how they attach the wing. I think it was quite fun. What I really love about these sets are the fact of the printed bricks. Just the rarity of this in LEGO, especially in the LEGO Star Wars range where we're so used to getting stickers. The fact of being able to have the Rogue 5 as a printed part along the side here. The front is printed. And what's nice too is in the canopy, they even have a control in there as well. We've seen this before. That's not unique. It's always nice to have that on Cheese Slope. That's the X-Wing. Comes with an extra lightsaber. LEGO sets always come with lightsaber hilt. And they've put on the back of this here the ability to just clip in a lightsaber. So I think that's cool. So Luke can travel with his lightsaber. Anyway, that's a good play feature for kids. Let's talk about the other aspect of the build, the actual Death Star trench. And okay, I get it, it's fun. There's some really cool parts in here though. I'll just come up a little bit closer so you can take a look at that. But I like the printed parts here, and I also like the same printed cheese slope that can be found inside the cockpit of the X-Wing fighter. This, I'm assuming, is supposed to be the reactor, right? So Luke is supposed to be flying in. This is from Episode 4, Star Wars: A New Hope. Luke's supposed to be flying into the Death Star trench and then taking out this photon torpedo. Actually, that's Star Trek, right? Taking out the Death Star's reactor. The turret, the exclusive parts, or what I think are, anyway, rare parts, are quite compelling too. The fact of just this fuselage is also a unique brick. This piece, I've not seen this before. And let me take this, the reactor, which I think is the reactor core anyway, comes out. I like this, that's fun. But I think this is unique. I've only seen these just being all one layer before. I haven't seen them segmented. And that's pretty neat. This new firing element, I believe, is new as well too. I guess if I only have one problem with this trench run aspect of the build, it would just kind of be the flimsiness of the gun here. I think that they could have made this turret a little bit better. I think so. So all you do is you put one of these. I've put these on the top here, just a place to store them. You're not supposed to have these on here, but they give you 2 extra of these. I'm certain your children will lose them. I've almost lost them as I practice this. You just place the disc in here. Well, it's a printed tile here. And then you just press, ready? And it fires. And I lost that one. No. So I think that's pretty neat. So again, you just take the disc, place the disc in the back right here. Disc in the back, and then just simply push in. Oh, and it fires out. That one was a dud. Let's try the third one here. Just place the disc in and fire away. All right. I think it's fun. I think, well, for who it's intended for, I think it's great. Not the best build, but I will certainly put it inside of my Super Death Star. And I mentioned to you before, I'll do a video on my Super Death Star in the future. I think you'll like it, and I'll be including a number of, there's just a number of sets that go into making up my Super Death Star. The final thing that I want to talk about was just the minifigures. And we get the usual R2-D2. We've had so many R2-D2s, but again, this is a 4+ range, so maybe this is the very first R2-D2, so I'll let it go. The R2-D2s rarely ever have straight printing. I don't know why, it just must be difficult for Lego to print on this, but it's very rare to get an R2-D2 head that's printed straight, and this is no exception. I would say that in the future, I would really like to see Lego put some printing on the back here. It would have been really cool, since this is the 20th anniversary of Lego Star Wars, for two things for R2-D2. One, I'd like to see printing on his backside. And then I'd also like to see the third leg. There's no reason why we can't get a third leg, some element where it comes down and just sort of goes out. Come on, Lego, please. You've redesigned the Stormtrooper helmet, which I'm going to show you in a second. You've redesigned the X-Wing helmet, the Scout Trooper, a number of new molds this year. Let's get an R2-D2 with the third leg. The final thing I want to mention, and this is where an AFOL will also be excited for sure, is Luke Skywalker. And here's a 2019 Luke Skywalker with the classic helmet, but with a fantastic print on it. I was looking online to see whether he was unique or not. I can't confirm that this Luke is unique, and I'm not sure if he's different from the 20th anniversary set coming out in April with the Snowspeeder. So I don't take my word on that one. I'm not sure. One thing I'm certain about, though, is how amazing this new Stormtrooper is. I think the helmets are still just a bit too large. So I think the helmet's a bit too large for the figure, but it's a highly detailed helmet. And as I mentioned to you before, this set and the Death Star Escape set, this one here, are the only two sets that are going to contain this Stormtrooper. And the differentiation being right here in the back. So if you notice on the side, the printing is gray, and if you notice in the back, the printing is black. Well, actually, it's not printing. This is a dual molded helmet. So here, if we take the helmet off, you'll see the inside of the helmet is black, outside is white. So actually, the black features on this helmet are black plastic, and the white is white plastic. So that's why it's a dual molded helmet. Lego's made a mid-run change. So if you buy this set, the X-Wing Starfighter Death Star Trench Run, or just Trench Run set, or you buy the Death Star Escape set, what will happen is that you will, if you don't get one of the first ones that came out in January, the one that you'll be getting this Trooper, except rather than this be black in these two slots in the back, then it's going to be painted gray. It's similar to how the gray is on the side there. At least that's what I've seen in photos on the internet so far. That makes this very compelling. And I'm a Lego Star Wars minifigure collector. To me, any type of a variation, especially when it comes to the Empire, I love troopers. So anywhere from Jango Fett all the way to a First Order Stormtrooper, anything and everything in between. Love troopers. I'll do a future video showing you my trooper, actually all of my minifigures at some point, certainly my trooper collection. It's not certainly not the largest in the world. I have done a good job anyway. I only started collecting Lego Star Wars in 2011. It's either 2011 or 2012. It's a short amount of time to get the collection that I have. I had to go back all the way and buy sets from 1999. Lego was a passion of mine from age 5 to say 12. And then Star Wars was a passion of mine from age 7 till this very day. For me to combine those two into one, it's just fantastic. I hope you enjoyed my unboxing and review of this 4+ Star Wars X-Wing Starfighter Trench Run Lego set from 2019. I really enjoyed it. I think it's quite cool, and I look forward to Lego continuing this 4+ range. Even though they're not in my target age group, I enjoy the figures. I actually find the builds to be fun, and I like the exclusive printed bricks or printed parts that are included in them as well. The price point is good. So it's good price point, nice minifigures, interesting builds, not ones that I'll probably put out on display. Maybe the TIE Fighter. I thought the TIE Fighter was good out of this range. The X-Wing, we had the A-Wing and the TIE Fighter. That build compelling enough to be on display with some of my other sets. So the price point, interesting build, good range of minifigures, and exclusive printed bricks. They make them compelling to me, but for the Lego group, I think they're highly compelling because they will introduce Lego Star Wars to a younger group of fans, a fan base that Lego wants to continue to grow and build, because there are only so many adult fan of Legos out there. So they need to start a new crop so that 40 years later, they're still buying and collecting Lego long after childhood would have ended. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember, there's always fresh content simmering on our storytelling stovetop. So whatever happens in this kitchen shouldn't stay in this marketing kitchen. I'm Ron Vining, your host, reminding you to invite your family and friends to the next episode of Marketing Kitchen TV.